Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new to the channel, my channel, my name is Sophia Carey and I am a graphic designer and photographer. So a lot of people have been asking me about my journey with the Mamiya RB67. I have made quite a few videos about it now, and in all of them I've kind of, referenced the fact that the journey for me has not been a smooth one. So I thought what I'd do today is just kind of run you guys through that and explain, from start to now, how I'm finding it. As many of you guys will know, I got the Mamiya RB67. RB67, how do you say it? I don't know. Anyway, well, I got the camera October 2019. It is now April 2020. My first shoot with the camera was with Carey, who is a singer-songwriter, and I think I actually have a behind the scenes or like a vlog from that day on the channel. So if I do, I'll link that somewhere around here. But yeah, so we shot, that was the first day that I had used it ever, and it was for a project that I have been working on that I'll be releasing soon. So yeah, I used the Mamiya, and at the time I was using a waist level viewfinder which has since broken. The waist level viewfinder for sure was a big learning curve. So if you guys have not used one before, because there isn't a mirror in it that flips the image like you would see in a digital camera or something like that, you kind of go the opposite way. So for example, you look down into the camera. I should probably have the camera with me right now. It'd be much easier to explain. But yeah, you look down into the camera and you see the image here. The image is being fed through the lens. You're seeing it here. If I wanted to kind of move this way to take like a photo of this side of you guys, the image moves that way. So you've got to kind of move backwards to how you want to move. That is something I definitely have not mastered yet. So I have been using a prism viewfinder since then that kind of flips the image, just makes it a little bit easier. Another thing about that shoot was that it was so cold. My hands on the metal of the camera were like frozen, and trying to focus with those, what are they called? Like the bellows, right? The focusing bellows, the little knobs that you turn on the side. Yeah, my hands were so cold. What else did I do in that shoot? Yeah, so I got the film back. The exposure was pretty all right. I was quite impressed with that. I was just using a little light meter on my phone. But all of the photos came back landscape. And now this wouldn't be an issue if I hadn't composed them to be portrait images. So with the RB67, the RB is rotating back. So you have to rotate the back to change the orientation of your photo. So I had forgotten to do that. So I had shot all of the images in landscape and composed them all for portrait. Another thing is that I had missed focus on a lot of them. When I tell you the focus is hard to nail on that thing, the focus is hard to nail on that thing. But yeah, I will put some more of those photos up on the screen so you can kind of see what happened. I also had some weird like light leaks. I don't know if that was kind of maybe my fault loading the film or something like that, because it was the first time I'd done it. I'm used to loading 35mm and it's a little bit different the way it loops around and stuff. So yeah, I will leave those on the screen for you guys to have a look at. The second time that I used the camera was absolutely less of a disaster. So I had 3 shoots on this day, and on 2 of them I decided to shoot on the Mamiya. I still didn't manage to nail focus on every shot, especially the ones that were like at quite a distance, but I was a lot happier with these photos. I did underexpose a couple of them, and some of them didn't come out at all, which is a bit disappointing, and I shot some double exposures, and that's something about the first shoot as well. I accidentally shot a double exposure. If you forget to kind of like wind the film or stuff like that, you will accidentally shoot double exposure. There is like a little lever that can stop it, but I find that my camera kind of plays up a little bit if that lever is if that's pushed. I will put the photos from that shoot up on the screen now. It was probably still one of the most successful attempts with me using that camera, and I do love some of those images, especially the ones of Cash. So the next time I used it, it kind of went really wrong. So if you guys have seen my video about posing male models, you'll have noticed that in the behind the scenes, I'm actually shooting on Mamiya, not on my digital. And you know, I think I got some really nice shots on that camera, but unfortunately, all of the images came back blank. The roll was completely blank. What had happened, I don't really know. I think it was something to do with that multi-exposure lever thing that I was speaking about earlier, but I don't actually know what happened. So what I did was I took the film back into the shop, into a local shop. It cost me a fortune, but they fixed it for me, and that was that. So I got the camera back towards the end of last year. So yeah, I'd only shot with it twice for probably like a 2-3 month period, and then I had to send it in, and I got it back just before I went back to London for Christmas. And I didn't really want to lug the camera home to find out it wasn't working, so I took it to one of my shoots with me. One of my shoots in Manchester, that is, before I went back. I missed focus a lot again, and initially I had a little issue with like getting the camera to work, which I still actually don't know like how I fixed it, which is kind of my problem, because you know, if you don't know what's wrong, it's hard to fix it again. But yeah, the photos came out and I really like them. Some of them I was really happy with the tonality and the like getting focus, because that was something I had struggled a lot with in previous shoots. So the next shoot I did was I headed down to London and I took it with me on one of my regular shoots. Honestly, I almost broke my back carrying that thing around Peckham, but I'm actually so happy with the results. Initially, I had some issues again where the shutter wouldn't fire, same as in my other shoots, but that miraculously solved itself. I don't know how. And at this point, this shoot was probably my most successful with that camera. I got it developed in a place in London, which was like a different place to where all my other film has been developed so far, and yeah, I really like it. I definitely want to use that film lab again when I go back home, but I just need to work out kind of a way to transport that very heavy camera between the two cities easier. So the next time I used it after that was for my location scouting video that you guys might have already seen. I shot that whole shoot location thing on the Mamiya just to kind of test it out. I was really happy with those. I managed to get all the focus how I wanted. The lighting was really nice. Yeah, they are some of my favorite photos that I've produced with the camera so far. And then the next shoot that I did, you guys will maybe have seen on YouTube. If not, I will link that somewhere. And that was with Holly. So I only shot one roll, and I went back to one of the places that I location scouted in that video. Again, I was really happy with the results. Focus was a little bit on some of them, but generally speaking, I really enjoyed kind of the tones, and I managed to get most of them in focus. And then probably my most successful shoot yet with it was the one that I've most recently uploaded to YouTube, and that was with Lexa. So that one I was really happy. Well, at first I actually had some issues. I shot loads of images and I realized that I forgot to advance the film. So, well, I didn't take any of them. But after that kind of hurdle went past, I managed to, yeah, get quite a few shots that I like. And most importantly is I managed to get them all in focus. And I know that doesn't sound like a big thing, but for me, that is a big thing. So yeah, that so far is my journey with the Mamiya. And it's definitely been a learning curve for me. It's the first time I've shot medium format. So yeah, I've shot bits of 35mm over time, but I'm predominantly a digital photographer. So going into medium format is a big learning curve, and there's still a lot I've got to learn, but I love it. And I definitely after this lockdown, want to be shooting more of it. I've got a lot of ideas and a lot of concepts that I want to shoot, kind of like personal projects and stuff that I want to shoot with the Mamiya. There's things that I want to learn with it. I want to do studio stuff. I want to do some indoor shoots with it, try out some different film stocks. So I'm definitely excited to be creating more content with that. If you guys want to see anything specific, I'm thinking about maybe comparing it to 35mm, doing those kind of things. Let me know in the comments, because I definitely want to get that content out to you guys as soon as this lockdown is over. Yeah, do you guys have the camera, or do you guys shoot medium format? How do you find it? Can you give me any tips and advice, leave me a comment and let me know. I'd love to hear about your guys' experiences with the camera or with other medium format cameras. Make sure you guys subscribe and turn on the little notification bell if you want to stay up to date with my content, especially that Mamiya and that medium format stuff, because that will be coming to the channel soon. And as ever, drop me a comment, let me know what else you want to see and what you thought of this video. It was just a kind of a chatty one. I thought, you know, I'll take this isolation period and I'll take the time to kind of talk to you guys about my experience with it, because so far it has been, you know, very up and down. And also I realized that there's a lot of those photos that I haven't actually shown you guys yet, so it's nice to kind of put them out there. But as ever, I hope you guys are doing well, staying healthy and safe, especially at times like this. You can find me over on Instagram or Twitter or your preferred social media platform. I'm probably there. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.